Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, April 1st, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is who I am is expansive. And no April Fools. We have a interesting day today. We have a lunar shift from Taurus and some lazy catting energy in Taurus to the moon moving into Gemini. So the day itself might kind of April Fool you because you might wake up like kind of in the lazy cat, kind of feeling a little slow and quieter. And then Gemini kicks in and it's like whoop, 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 whoop. So let's look at these energies for today. The moon in Taurus is making all kinds of connections early in the morning while many of us are still sleeping, and then as we wake up into the lazy cat. So the moon in Taurus is connecting to Mars in Cancer. So it's a little bit muddy, definitely stay in bed kind of energy. That's first thing in the morning. That's 3:15 a.m. Pacific time. So 6:15 if you're on East Coast. Not the funnest energy to wake up into unless you have like, I don't know, something that's really like pulling you, right? Like stoking your passions a little bit, like, ooh, I'm really excited to get up and have my coffee. That might help you get out of bed. But otherwise, Mars in Cancer, it's like, let's stay in bed a little longer. Then we begin a little lazy cat parade. We have the moon connecting to Saturn in Pisces, to Venus in Pisces, and to Mercury in Pisces before it does a little void course energy. Amidst that, we're also going to have the moon connecting to Uranus. So we have lazy cat and we have a little bit of a triggery energy. So you might be triggered by the fact that you are feeling the lazy cat and you don't want to get out of bed, but you have to get out of bed because life, right? This is a good time with the moon connecting to Uranus to let your values, what you value, what feels exciting and good to you, help draw you forward. Watch for feeling shouldy. The shoulddiness could feel a little triggery. We got some of that conditioning energy going on. So watch for that. Also watch for others' shouldy projections on you because that could be part of that triggery energy. Moon and Venus, again, it's like Taurus, moon, Venus, and Pisces. And in my head, I'm like, thinking like, well, know your worth, honor your worth. And then I'm hearing, I think it was, some supermodel who said at some point, like, I won't get out of bed for less than $1 million. So there might be some of that attitude coming through you today. And why not? Why not? So know your worth. Honor your worth in this energy. In fact, I actually do have the existence card, which is the magician card. And so this might be a good time to work on cultivating some of that beautiful abundance manifestation, right? So there we have that. Moon in Taurus connecting to Mercury in Pisces. Again, it's just so super meditatey. But besides taking time to ground and like wake yourself up, you might want to make today kind of a moving meditation if possible. So like I said, we go from moon in Taurus, which is a little bit slower, having the lazy cat, to the moon into Gemini, and that's 1:25 p.m. Pacific time. And so, like I said, that moon in Gemini is suddenly going to be like, wake up, oh, your coffee finally hit, and there's a lot to do. There's a lot going on. Moon in Gemini will be connecting first to Neptune. This is actually Neptune's first connection since moving into Aries. How interesting. So its first connection is with the moon in Gemini. So the moon in Gemini might be informing Neptune in Aries of what's going on in the world, what you can get excited or agitated about, depending on which level of things you want to look at the world through. So that's interesting that's that first connection. Moon in Gemini. Yeah, lots of information. Now, I also think with this, remember what I said about Neptune and Aries and creating and building the world. Watch what information you're taking in as truth, because anybody can tell a story anyway, and everybody tells a story through their own lens. If you're going to tell a story, what is the lens you want to tell your story through? Keep that in mind. Keep that in your mind. We then have the moon in Gemini connecting to Pluto, which, again, I think fits into this narrative because it's like, well, are you going to speak to the empowered lens, or do you want to work through the victim lens, right? So being just really aware and very clear of the different ways you can spin the story and that you can work your mental energy. So lots going on today. Let's look at our cards that we have. Like I said, we have opportunity for some beautiful manifestation with the Magician card, but watch for where you're picking up others' projections and old conditioning. Now, I just did my month ahead scope on my patron group, and the energy of completion was definitely coming up for this month. Lots of really interesting things happening. We're finishing up retrograde processes. We have a lot of relationship stuff going on, and so there may be some time for some completion coming up. I also love connecting to the source energy, connecting to the divine fire within ourselves, divine excitement, creativity energy. This is an ace card. So even as we have completions, there are some new beginnings that are happening. Again, what are you seeding into the world with your mind at this time? Final card is Divine Flow, and it says, eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others, to follow the Tao, the divine flow, at all costs. So here we are in the divine flow together. Hopefully, we don't have flying monkey mind happening with the moon moving into Gemini, and hopefully we can also move our way through the lazy cat. So I'm going to leave that there for today. You can book a reading. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. You can join my Patreon group if you want to get in on all that action. The link is down below on my YouTube video. And besides all that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and may your guiding light be strong, and know that you can trust your process. Namaste.